Good afternoon. I very nearly greeted you a good morning, but it's not morning unless you are in... Where would it be morning right now? Asia? Australia, maybe? I don't know. I'm guessing. I have no idea. Welcome to our weekly Friday live stream. The cat has joined to greet us. I hope you guys are all having an awesome Friday. I'm looking forward to playing some WoW. I'm feeling very accomplished today because, well, not that accomplished because the vlog's not out yet, but I did film one. I'll put it out after the stream. But I just did a little raid testing, saw a little bit of the Ashara boss in her palace. I'm wearing jeans, and that's all it really takes with me. That's a good bar. I put on pants. I got up in the morning. Close enough. Oh, and I managed to dry my hair yesterday without making it crazy frizzy. Usually it's only like halfway nice right after I get back from the magic hair lady, but I managed to kind of do it myself. It's not perfect, but I'm happy that I am not a frizzy witch lady yet, you know. We'll see about how the humidity does. I also feel like I've worn this shirt like really recently on stream, but I don't care because I like it, and also it's like 60-ish degrees Fahrenheit, so like 15-ish Celsius, so like not cold but a little chilly, and I will wear my long sleeve clothes for as long as I can, because even when it's really hot, you're like wearing a t-shirt, it's still like kind of hot, and then a tank top is better, but I don't actually have any of those that I like. So yeah, that's my life. How you guys doing? Hi Hazel, you've helped me so many times. Hi Nikki. Morning Hazel, how's it going? Morning Anya. I am doing pretty good. I'm looking forward to today's stream. I figure I want to do a bunch of miscellaneous stuff that's kind of like Mount Farms, but not like exactly Mount Farms, because I don't want to like run a raid. Did I tweet my stream yet? No. There we go. Tweet the stream. That's the one. Yeah, I don't want to run a raid. I want to do my Argent Tournament dailies first of all, because I want to clear up some confusion that I may be responsible for from last week's stream. And I would also like to do my Argent Tournament dailies to get them out of the way. Chowsy Rain, thank you very much for the super chat. Morning Hazel, feeling much better today. That's good to hear. On the up and up. Thanks for the reminder in the latest vid. I need Exalted with Gnomes, only revered, time to grind. You can do it. I'm sure you're on this already, but just in the off chance you aren't, make sure that you are grinding with the tabard. I believe that's the fastest way. You can pick up a Gnomes tabard from a Gnomes rep. I believe there's one in Iron Forge. Should be in the middle by the Great Forge, and then wear that in old dungeons. I don't know which ones are and are not eligible, but I think most of them. You could probably just run Kata dungeons. I know those work. So that would take care of that. Oh boy. Got GQ the other day. Congrats, Leah. Oh yeah, Super Squirt Day. Good idea. Public service announcement. Today is Super Squirt Day for North American realms. That means we are experiencing the Pet Battle bonus week, so 200% pet experience, and in your Draenor Garrison, the Squirt pet event is up, which is one that you can beat with 2 pets repeatedly for experience every single time. So if you have like a bunch of pets that you need to level up, now is a great day. And indeed, this happens like maybe twice a year, so now is a very good day to go and level them in your garrison. Personally, I really hate that. I hate doing that. It's so boring. And I know pet battles aren't supposed to be like the pinnacle of adrenaline-fueled gameplay, but I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. That's a word. So what I do instead, and actually what worked really well for me for catching up, because I had 5 or 6 pets that I wanted to catch up. I guess maybe if you have more. I had some pets that I wanted to catch up this bonus event, so what I did was I took one of my characters that was not 120 yet, but like high enough level to be able to get around Draenor and Mops, so like a 110-ish that I was leveling, and I just took her and went and did 2 pets for all of the Mop Tamers and all the WoD Tamers, and that got like 10 pets leveled up, and then I was done. I only had to do that one day. I could have done that the whole event. As a fun side effect, that will give you a bunch of experience on the leveling character. I did it on my Void Elf Priest and got her from like, I think about a solid level and a half, just like 2 days. Hype for HD puppers and WoW. Are there new ones that are coming that I haven't seen yet? Thanks for the Squirt reminder. Last Super Squirt Day was Christmas. What tea are you drinking today? This in my Tea Makes Everything Better gift mug. I don't sell or, I mean, I own this one, but I don't sell them or anything, but they're, I lost my train of thought. It's a rose tea. It's a rose scented tea. It's like very intensely floral. Like if you want to just close your eyes and pretend you're in the most feminine tea shop ever, and you have like flowers not like tucked into your hair, but like literally sprouting out of your scalp, like you're a forest nymph in a tea shop with doilies. This is what you would be drinking. Do you think Sylvanas has a big plan? Copyright. Personally, I would love it if she did. That would be more interesting, but I think she just dumb. I think she just gone and she got mad and she's just like fearful and losing her grip and losing her like feelings of control, so she's lashing out and doing dumb stuff. I don't think she has a plan. I think she shouldn't have a plan, but I think it's a little too late for her to square up and get herself a plan. I have a mission to turn in. Well, first time I've done Super Squirt Day, and it's so fast. It is pretty fast. It's also the only case use that I really can justify something like TD Script. I still never used it, but TD Script is a pet battle add-on. It's completely above board, but you put in scripts that people have written, kind of like a weak aura, but for a pet battle, and basically once you're in the pet battle, you'll just get one button you can mash that will follow the rules laid out in that script that you imported. So for most pet battles, I feel like that takes like the last glimmer of gameplay out of it, but if you're just beating the same tamer over and over and over and over and over again, I can kind of see why you would want just one button, so you can just dedicate your attention fully to your Netflix or your knitting, or me. Nothing between a Lock 90 and a 68, so no Opera Drainer for me. Can't wait to play WoW again. Haven't played since most of Pandaria. You have a lot to catch up on. Okay, I'm going to send out a mission for pet charms, because I like those. Yeah, 200. Good. Do I have enough? I've been, like, sitting on this gold mission, because I keep sending them out on pet missions. And I keep not being able to, like, cleanly 200 it. Ellipse! Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Once again, welcome back. Appreciate the support. I hope you've been doing good. Haven't heard from you in a little bit. Today is Super Squirt Day. It's, quite the nickname for a day. I want a metal straw. You too can aspire to own metal straws. They're like $7 on Amazon. Also, they're stainless steel, so they're like, you know, I bought these like 3 years ago and I've had them ever since. They're pretty sturdy. I am going to Northrend. I'm going to start my Argent Tournament dailies. Can you please tell about the Gnome rep? Is it something about new zones? It is not. So the new part of this conversation, I'm just going to do this while I'm speeching. The new part is that there will be heritage armor, as showcased in my recent video. There's going to be heritage armor for gnomes coming in 8.2. And one of the requirements that you'll need in order to get that is a level 120 gnome. Doesn't have to be a vanilla leveled one. You could have race changed or boosted, that's fine. And you will also need to be exalted with Gnomeragon. So Gnomeragon it's like the vanilla rep, like the beginner one. It's the city rep. It's the one that you would have grinded to get the, like, Mecha Strider mounts, the original ones. So you'll find it down here in your alliance rep. You've got Darnassus, Exodar, Gilneas, etc. Gnomeragon. And you can pick up a tabard in Ironforge from the Quartermaster. Wear that in old dungeons. Somebody was saying the Mechanar is really good, and you'll get rep just for clearing old dungeons. You can probably finish it pretty quick. It should be a fairly fast one. That's exactly what I plan on doing. Battle script set to mouse wheel. Use it for Thundering Pandaren Spirit, just because I know I'll mess up my rotation if I don't. That's the one that whenever I roll by it, I have to, no matter whose strat I'm using, I've tried a bunch of different ones, and no matter which strat I'm using for Thundering Pandaren Spirit, I always have to stop what I'm doing. Because usually if I'm running a bunch of pet dailies, I'm usually just kind of like multitasking, and by multitasking I mean also consuming some other kind of media. It's not exactly productive multitasking, but like I'll watch a YouTube video or whatever. And I always have to pause it for that one, because otherwise I will absolutely mess it up. Hazel, how have you guessed we are knitting here? It seems like a good thing to do along with watching a stream, you know? You get some knitting done, you get to relax, you get to like listen to something while you do something with your hands. If I'm drawing, I will always prefer to have like a stream on or a podcast. So something that I don't have to look at, but I could look at briefly. And something that lets me just kind of use my hands. I used to watch Overwatch League while knitting. Or not knitting, although watching Overwatch League while knitting sounds like a bomb weekend, honestly. I used to watch Overwatch League while drawing, and I had to stop that because the new format in Season 2, they took out a lot of the break time, which is great. It used to be like a whole lot of downtime in Overwatch League. But they took out so much of the downtime, and it's so much games now that I can't actually get any drawing done. I had to change up my schedule. First time watching you live, welcome! I hope you are having a wonderful day, gearing up for a good weekend. Congratulations on finding a YouTube stream. That's pretty Unusual thing to do. Don't do that every day. What's your current guess for the 8.2 release date? I used to think it was the 28th, but now I think either the 1st or 2nd week of June. I mean, that's a pretty safe bet. I'm gonna take a new guess. Guess being the operative word here. Stabbing in on the 11th. That might be just wishful thinking because I could use some more time, but not too much time. If it's later than the 11th, I'll be a little grumpy. But yeah, 4th or 11th are pretty good bets. So, welcome to the Argent Tournament. I was very confused about what I still needed from this last week, and I have now figured out exactly what I need and what I need to do. So, one thing I was confused about before, and I just want to clear up just in case I managed to confuse anybody else, was we were talking about the Argent Warhorse, which is a mount that I don't have, and I was confusing that with the Argent Charger, another mount that I don't have that is Paladin only. So, you won't see the Paladin one if you are not a Paladin, so if you don't play a Paladin, you don't have to worry about it. It won't count towards your mount achievement count unless you play a Paladin. So for the rest of us, the Warhorse has nothing to do with Paladins. It is the Crusader one. It's on the Crusader vendor, so you must be a champion with any city, which you'll do as you do the rest of this stuff. And it's just 100 champion seals. Ratchets, thanks for the super chat. I think I've missed something. What is this? Super Squirt Day. So Super Squirt Day is when the Squirt Tamer in the Draenor Garrison coincides with the Pet Battle bonus event. It means that you can sit in your garrison and fight the Squirt Tamer over and over and over again with a 2-pet team to level up new pets really, really quickly. Is the gist of that. So, I am picking up my dailies. I have Silver Covenant dailies. I have Valiant dailies because I still need to champion Stormwind. Those are the two. So, I need that Argent Warhorse mount, but I also need the Gnome one and the Human one, the Mechanist Rider and the Stormwind Steed. Because I thought I did them. I clearly didn't because I don't have them yet. So I need to do the Valiant dailies too. And there's a couple of other things that you can do for seals. So pick up everything here essentially. And I'm excited to do this. I am excited to do this on stream because I wanted to show off just in case anybody didn't finish the Argent Tournament because they remember how gross it was and didn't want to go back. I just want to show you guys how easy it is to do these dailies now, because it is quite a bit easier in present day, so we'll get there. Oh, you're hyped for the Worgen HD models. Oh, that makes more sense. I'm on board now. Finally got a Water Strider. Congrats! Feel like we'll get at least a week's notice. The PvP season is ending. They usually give people advance warning. Is the PvP season ending though? You're probably right. I know there's going to be a new season. I guess they'll probably do it on the patch date. They're probably they're going to give at least a week's warning anyways, and usually you can tell because there will be a release candidate 8.2 build on the PTR, which we have not seen yet, so you usually start seeing those about a week out. Okay, dailies over here. More dailies over here. There's quite a few of them. Some of them are more annoying than others. So ones that are still just as annoying as they always were. The Spears at the North Kraken, the Get Kraken daily, still sucks. It's still a bombing run. You still have to wait for it, your hippogriff, your what do you call them? It's not a hippogriff. Is it a hippogriff? No. A griffin. You have to wait for your griffin thing to get back. Also, I need to remember where the griffin thing is. Oh yeah, that's right. You get on a note here. That's right. So at least I have a stream to talk to while I wait for this to be over. This one will take a minute. You look quite purple today. Why, thank you. As long as it's just because my hair is quite purple and not because my camera has an obnoxious purple tint, because that has happened before. I don't know the Squirt team. I should because I've done it before, but I don't remember it. But betcha anything, wow-petguide.com has some Squirt teams for you. Wouldn't it coincide with the raid release? Not necessarily. It'll coincide with the... I want to say it'll coincide with the Mythic Plus release, but I don't even know anymore. I don't know anything. I'm out here doing Wrath dailies. Clearly, I've made mistakes. Okay, where did the Kraken go? I guess I still need to do the ads too. So the ads you can actually go back and get manually later. If you have to, you can just kill them. But the Kraken specifically, you need to get the spears thrown at while you're on the Griffin, which is why we're out here. And now we've killed that one, so we're going to need to get another Kraken. Hopefully I don't have to ride the thing again. That would suck. Okay. There it is. late June for the new patch. I want it so bad. Every time, like, I spent a bunch of time yesterday and the day previous. Okay, now I can just wait for the PTR. Or I spent a bunch of time yesterday and the day before on the PTR filming for the video that I put out last night at midnight, as is tradition. And I can't, like, run around in Mechagon or Najidar without wanting it so bad. I'm so hyped for the patch. I want all of the stuff. There's so much stuff to collect. I think part of the reason why I'm on such a collecting binge right now is because I want to feel... I mean, it's impossible for me to be caught up, but I want to feel closer to caught up before the patch comes out so that I can have, like, a fresh slate. Also, with all the new mounts that are available, I might be able to get kind of close to the Fell Talon, the 400 mount thing. I only need another 21 more. Which Warfront do you think is going to open in 8.2? Do you think Blizzard has given up on them? We're getting Heroic Stromguard, and in my opinion, that's it. I don't think we're getting any more. I don't think anybody likes them. So unless Heroic Stromguard is just a runaway smash hit, I think we're done with those, in my opinion. If it was my call, I would say, cut the cord on Warfronts. That was fun. Now, never mind. And I think that there are other things more, I don't know. Okay, so for the Jousting daily, the ones that are actually at the tournament, is it the Argent? The Alliance Lens. For the Jousting dailies that are actually at the tournament, you do still have to joust for them. I thought you could just hop off and DPS them, but for the ones that are up here, I found that you do still need to joust. But assuming that you're level 120, your horse appears to scale with your level. So I don't know if I'm doing any more damage to them, although it certainly doesn't take very long. All you have to do is just do the range thing. Just shield like 2 and 3 basically, just spam those. Stay at range, spam 2 and 3. But I feel like I'm doing a lot of damage to them, and also they're doing nothing to me. I haven't had a shield up this entire time, and I'm at 98% health. So you really can't lose this anymore. There's like no stress. You don't have to like heal your horse or feed it bread or like get a new one or anything like that. You can just run around, mash 2 and 3, and you'll be done pretty quick. And then the Jousting dailies that take place out front of the Icecrown Citadel, which we're going to do shortly, those ones you can cheese. You don't even need to do the jousting for those ones. You can just fight those mobs manually. Bronze Whelpling Widget departed. Using the Fjord Warg Pup with Ghastly Kid. I definitely heard of the Ghastly Kid strat. I feel like it's a fairly easy fight. I don't remember it. I thought it was pretty easy. See, there's probably a bunch of different things you can use depending on what you have. You need to get cracking and get this quest done. You're not wrong. The Void wants her dead. They must not like something that she is supposed to do against them. What if the Void is just like a little bit more friendly, or not friendly, but like sympathetic than we thought? And while they have their own goals, they're also like keeping an eye on us. And I don't know why that one was almost dead immediately. They're also keeping an eye on us, and they saw what she did to the tree, and they're just like, how could she? You see what that lady did? You know, to heck with that lady. We're done with her. So I got to do the Valiant Jousting too. Another me. Remember doing these dailies? So glad I don't have to do them anymore. Yeah, they're a little gross, but 5 days of Valiant dailies per city, which, because I already have most of them done, I only need 2. And then for the champion seals, I need 100 champion seals per mount, and I can get 17 of them every day. That's pretty good. Why am I a troll? What's happened here? I don't remember becoming a troll. Did one of you buff me? Oh yeah, I gotta wait for my thing to fall off. I probably should have been like fighting Horde. I probably should have been making a point to fight Horde, because you have to wait before you can fight the same city's jousters again, and I might have hooped myself here a little bit. I feel like I'm the only person who likes Warfronts. You're probably not. I will openly admit that they look really cool. It's like a very cinematic feel. I just don't feel like my actions have a meaningful impact when in the normal version of a Warfront. I feel like I'm more or less just killing time, waiting for it to be over. And I mean, I'm researching upgrades and whatever, but like, it doesn't feel like my actions matter. And it also doesn't feel like there's any failure state. It doesn't feel like there's any way I could possibly lose. So it feels like a big waste of time. Even if it looks really cool and it's a really neat area and you're, on the battlefield, like in the middle of a Warcraft 3 style brawl, if you can't lose, it's not a game. It's just a chore. So I know that those concerns are addressed by the concept of heroic war fronts. I just don't know if it's too late or not. So I'm going to finish that when I come back, because we've got some other stuff to do. I need to get some North Sea shark meat. North Sea shark meat. North Sea shark meat. It's not quite a tongue twister, but it's getting there. I need to catch up and chat. I'm behind. Pardon me. I don't mind war fronts, but I am irritated with the increasing number of people who waste time trying to get people kicked. And then go AFK. Ooh. I haven't experienced that, but that sounds frustrating. Oh, the guy helped you out and one-shot your mob. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm saying that to make it sound like I remembered something, and I kind of did, but I think if you have a friend, they can damage your mob. I think it's just yours that bugs out if you get off it. Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't know. Fresh chum, North Sea shark. So I put my chum in the water, and it summoned the shark, or a Cavaldier. Do I have to go back and do it again? It's been so many years since I've done this one. I'm a few days into these dailies, and I haven't seen this one yet in this most recent adventure. Alright, there's a shark. Please tell me you have more than one meat on you. No, you don't. Alright. Am I dumb? Am I not supposed to get off the boat? I feel like this can't possibly be the way. Let me just stand on the side of the boat. No, can only use while swimming. Alright. If the Magcar unlock told us anything, it's that both sides are a little nuts. True. Light and Void are not necessarily good versus evil. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, we all know that the Titans aren't all they're cracked up to be. They're a little Purify happy, I think one could say. But for the Void, we seem to have gotten a lot of negative propaganda. Maybe we're just not hearing the story from the right side. Maybe this whole Gift of N'Zoth thing is the beginning of like a new revolution where we're going to understand just how like maligned the Void has been by negative press. Everybody's just out here trying to cancel the Void. Oh, I had the coin of many faces. Oh, so I did. I did do that to myself. I wonder why. Is that on my mount keybind? That's why. Why is that on my mount keybind? What is the question people ask you the most? I'm guessing it's why aren't you streaming on Twitch? On my live streams, I would say that's probably number one. I am often asked quite frequently about my favorite pet and my favorite mount, which makes me feel a little bad because I change my answers. I don't know if I change my answers because I get sick of answering the same thing or because my answer actually changes, but depending on which day you ask me, you might get a different answer. Looking beautiful today. Thanks, Brandy. I'm happy with my hair. We don't always get along, but today we're having a good day. I have birthday now. Happy birthday. A friend can one-shot the Joust dudes for you. That was it. So yeah, even easier if you have friends. I don't think I have any friends that I would be like, yo, you want to come help me with Argent Tournament dailies? Like, I'm not saying I don't have friends. I'm just saying I don't have friends that I want to do that to, right? Like, I don't want to drag anybody out to Northrend. One more. Okay, and then we need to go get Drotten Hrothgar. I do really appreciate how easy, like, the Bone Guard Commander dailies are, though, because those were so annoying back in the day. What are you doing in Wrath content? I am collecting mounts that I'm missing. I don't have all the Argent Tournament mounts, so I'm grinding out some champion seals through dailies, and then we will do Trial of the... Well, I will do Trial of the Champion at some point. Oh, hello. Hi. I slept in a little bit today because she was just being so cute. Like, I woke up, and I was gonna get out of bed, and then she, like, comes pawing at the cupboards because she wants to get in. So she, like, crawls under my husband's arm and, like, grabs my hand and puts it under her chin. And it was just so cute, I didn't want to leave. Okay, so that's that one. We need to do the Cult of the Damned stuff. We need to do the third Valiant Jousting thing. Multiple buckets at once. Oh, good to know. I will try to remember to do that. Excited about the sideways crab mount. I feel like riding it will quickly get me motion sick. So, from your perspective, you're moving forward. You're not actually navigating... Well, I guess I don't have one. I can't verify this. But I would be very, very surprised if they actually make you, like, navigate sideways. You're just going to be going forward. It's just the crab faces to the side. That's all. No big deal. Balance is good and extremes are bad. The light becomes the void and restarts the cycle. Or a Boros style. I do like that. If they ever reveal that, though, like if they ever actually come out with that, then what do we fight for bosses? Just like, we just all go back to Pandaria and pick up our farms and go, well, turnip time. Do you drink yerba mate? Not anymore. I went through a phase. I went through a good bag of it. I found it made my voice kind of scratchy. I love that you stream on YouTube. Twitch has lag issues or interruptions for me. YouTube is always fluid. I do very much like the tech experience of a YouTube stream from the YouTube side. They let you crank the bitrate to whatever you want, and I love that. Get that good Google bandwidth. I need a horse. But one day, one fabled day, we will mess around with the Twitch thing. We'll try it out for a week or two. I think that is kind of my end game, because there's going to be a point where I don't really want to have like every stream VoD on YouTube. I feel like there's got to be something bad it's doing for my like algorithm performance. I don't know. Who knows? Nobody knows these things. I'm using your have a wonderful, wonderful day at the end of every lecture, and students love it. That's cool. I hope that some of them either have a wonderful day or ironically have a wonderful day if they think it's like too silly, but then they're laughing, so they're still having a wonderful day. Like, you got them in the end. Okay, 2 more of these guys. I heard the whispers. I heard the whispers via the Talius and Inevitell tweet. I'm going to put them in the vlog. I did not get the whispers myself because I cleansed the gift. And I heard that some people actually lost their gift. Hi, Hazel. Who does your hair? Nice lady. Her Instagram handle is cutxcolor. She works out of Portland, and she is wonderful. I can't remember if her name is on her Instagram or not, so I won't say it, but she's the best. You like wearing high heels? That's a slightly odd question. I do enjoy wearing heels, though. Not like strappy shoes, because anything that can cut me on my foot is not my friend. But heeled ankle boots. I look ridiculous. I look like a gazelle that's just learning how to walk because, like many people that don't get out enough, I can't walk in heels. But I like wearing them anyways because they just make me super tall. If I put on my favorite boots, I'm a good 6 feet. I am a healthy 6 feet tall. Mooney, welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Thanks for becoming a member. I appreciate the support. I don't know why I just shot you with my finger guns, but I hope you're gonna be okay. Congrats on your new icon, Nemo. This isn't where I parked my horse. Hi, Hazel, long time no see. What if, and they'll never do this, but what if in WoW they had a mount? No, there's a lot of good reasons why they would never do this. Some games have a persistent mount. Like if I'm playing Stardew Valley or Black Desert Online, my mount exists in the world. So I have to take it out from a stable, and then if I get off my mount and I want to get back on it, I have to go back to my mount. In Stardew Valley, you just like take it along with you, and then BDO, things can actually attack your mount, but you can also learn to fight things on your mount. And I see, as soon as I said it, a bunch of reasons why that's a terrible idea for WoW, but I do really like those systems. It makes me feel like my mount is more of a real thing. Hi, Hazel. What you doing? Sup, Sonny? I'm doing some Argent Tournament dailies. It's a real rockin' good time. So that's the 15 of these. They're really easy, though. Like, you can one-shot all the mobs, you can fly all over the place, you can do the group quest by yourself, you can solo trial the Crusader by yourself, you can solo a lot of the Jousting stuff. No problem at all. I'm looking for a key, or did I get it? I thought I needed a key. I do need a key. Oh, coal. Oh, I've been getting the keys. I need to open the cages. That's right. It's all coming screaming back to me now. Thought I had already joined. Gildy lost her gift. She's upset that Enzoth Guild kicked her. I would be kind of excited that Enzoth Guild kicked me. Like, you know, that's kind of metal. Like, that's a little bit cool. You know, you can say that Enzoth rejected you. You know, he broke up with you. Wait, does that make it cool? Loving your fringe. Last Saturday I got myself a fringe too. How do you keep it in place? I keep it in place with a hair straightening brush. So mine doesn't stay in place. Like before my stream, I'll like do a lot of this. And then during my stream, I'll do that. And then at the end of the stream, as soon as I'm done, it's usually like swept to the side and then like back up my head and I just look insane. So that's 99% of my life. It only ever looks good on camera after I've actually like arranged it to be more or less in place. I do have a comb that helps, but It helps for like 5 seconds because I don't want to put any product in it to like hold it there, because I only wash my hair once a week if I can help it, so the less stuff I can put in it, the better. Hazel, did you see my art that I posted in your Discord? Not yet, but I will check it out after the stream. If I had a working PC, it would help you at the Argent Tournament. It's a very nice thought. Only because I have the Nightsaber. I hope you get your PC sorted out. Favorite zone to level in? Ooh. Like, overall, not just the vanilla zones, I really like... I always hit up Sholazar Basin. I really like the Hemet Nestingroy quests, specifically in Sholazar Basin. Hemet Nestingroy quests are usually pretty good for me because they're, like, the straightest up kill quests that you've ever met in your life. Kitty, you leaving? See you later. And then in Sholazar, they're just so straightforward. There's so many quests that are just go to very clear place, kill very clear mobs. And then it's not a bunch of fussing around. I don't have to forget that there's like an item I have to use in a thing after I got to a certain amount of health or anything. They're very straightforward and clear-cut, so I like zones that have questing designed like that. I actually really like Shadowmoon Valley, actually. There's like some cool story going on. Oh, I forgot about Hillsbrad. Hillsbrad's my favorite. Hillsbrad is hilarious. It's straightforward for the most part. There's a couple of quests that need doing, but I've learned them by now because I love it so much. And it's hilarious. It's so funny. Hi guys, how you doing? How do I pronounce your name? I want to say Jiming, but I'm not sure, and I would hate to butcher it. Our Twilight's when the void goes through a sand grain. And Zoth likes me because his gift never fell off my character. Hazel with my favorite hair color is hair. How are you? Doing good, Brem. Doing good. I'm here to slice and converted heroes, and it's really nice of them to just stand in like a nice pod for me. Like, that's super considerate. These guys are so polite. You can save a lot of time with jousting. Start the joust, jump off, and then put Shadowward Paint on it. I'll have to try that again because I was experiencing... I tried it before because I thought about something like that, but I was experiencing it like bugging or despawning or not being attackable once I jumped off my mount. Because I know these ones, I can just fight them. These ones you can just straight up fight. Did it right? Or at least close enough. I know there's a couple of players with Chinese names in Overwatch League, and the casters butcher them. And I only know that because I've seen tweets from people explaining how to properly pronounce that. And there's tones that I just can't make. I haven't learned how to make certain sounds that are important to saying it correctly. It's very intimidating. Scouts, commanders. Let's see. Did you enjoy the Game of Thrones finale? I thought it was fine. I got a kick out of it. I enjoyed the penultimate episode. The one before the last one. That one was some like crazy cinematography. I don't enjoy with everything that happened in it. Wait, I don't enjoy with everything? English. I don't agree with everything that happened in it, but they're the ones making the show. I'm the one watching the show, so I don't have to like it. I just have to watch. Well, I don't even have to watch it, but I did. One more commander. Right in the back here. Logged onto the character, and it's ultra creepy. Are the whispers still happening? I thought the whispers stopped. I leveled some guy named Detective Ray that I didn't even know I owned. Oh, yeah. He's from Dark Shore. He drops from the Dark Shore Fire Elemental guy, and that's like the joke that he's been cooked. What should I spec for as a Warlock? If you want to know what does the most damage, I'm not the right person to ask, but if you want to know what I actually like playing, it's usually Affliction or Destro. I don't like being a Demo Lock for some reason. I don't know, but Chaos Bolts are really fun, and then the Dot style. I guess I would say Destro. If I had to pick just one, I would go with Destro, which is funny because you'd think I'd be more of a Dot person, but they're both pretty cool. First time here, already loving it. Welcome, William. How much time is left for Super Squirt? Today, so end of the day. I think it lasts until... Does it last until reset? Is it until like 8 a.m. tomorrow? It might be earlier than that. Now I feel like playing WoW for the Horde. Great stream, by the way. Thanks, Lee. You know what got me actually really... also, that's weird because I'm doing Argent Tournament dailies, which is arguably the least enviable thing you can do in WoW. Alright, I need to get the Blade of Drekmar, and I think I just... What do? I need Hyacinths. They grow on the Ironwall Dam. That's right, okay. I did the Winter's Edge daily, where you take the Burning Ember from the Elemental dude in Crystal Song all the way out to the Howling Fjord Lake. And the first time I did it, I forgot to go get the ember, and I had to go all the way back, and it's so far. At least those are only Valiant dailies. Felt the same about it. The cinematography and the score was really good. You can tell that a lot of very talented people worked extremely hard for a really long time, and regardless of what you think of the writing, they still made something incredible. Phil, thank you for your free super chat. Appreciate that. That's from YouTube Premium, right? Also, how do you like YouTube Premium? Oh, they're still happening? Okay, I will have to... That's good to know, because I had a line in the vlog that I haven't edited yet that says that they stopped, so if they didn't, then I need to cut that out. Someone used penultimate correctly. You know how I learned the word penultimate? Was from a series of unfortunate events. They define it aggressively in the penultimate peril. I learned a lot of vocabulary from those books as a child, and I'm not really sure why it's there, but it stuck, so I guess they did something right. Your Gurami got so big. She is, in the words of my... Who says this? Somebody I know talks like this. One of my family members would describe that as a honking Gurami. I think I realized, regarding the fish, and I'll pop it up here, just in case they swim by. Also, don't mind my crazy algae. It's all over the plants, but not the glass. It's driving me nuts. I'm trying everything, trust me. But, maybe she'll swim by again. So I made a mistake. I wanted to get Chromie, who is the big Gurami, the big yellow one in the back. I wanted to get her a boyfriend, so I bought Kronos, who is the little one you can see up front. And Chromie was sold to me as a honey Gurami. And Kronos is also a honey Gurami. And I am pretty sure, now that they're adults, and I've gotten a real good look at them and done some real good Googling, I don't know how many hyacinths I needed. How many hyacinths did I need? Just one? 8? Oh no, I need 8. No, I need 4. Okay, I'm good. I think that Chromie is a sunset thick lip Gurami, whereas Kronos is just a sunset honey Gurami. Which means that while they can be friends, they're probably not going to fall in love. They get along for the most part. She chases him a little bit, but he doesn't seem stressed. He's eating and swimming normally, and he doesn't hide or anything like that. Yeah, I bought the wrong kind of fish. He's going to cap out at about 2 inches, 2.5 maybe. He's already like 1.5, so he's going to get a little bigger, but not much bigger. And she is her full 3.5 inch length. So they can live together and be buds, but they're not going to like mate or anything like that. So if I ever actually want to get her a proper boyfriend, not in that tank's full, but if one day I want to move it to like if I move houses and I can get any fish tank I want to upgrade that one to either a 55 or a 75, and then I can fit some more Gurami in there and a couple other things. I might get Neff a girlfriend. He's the Bolivian ram around the bottom. But, yeah. Wrong kind of fish. We keep waiting for him to get bigger, and, he's just not the right Gurami. Zoth Whisper scared me. Lemony Snicket is such a hilarious writer. Love the series. I was so into, like, the mystery of, like, you know, at the beginning of each of the Lemony Snicket Unfortunate Events books, there was, like, a damaged letter. I was obsessed with trying to figure out what the plot threads were of that. And then I had kind of grown out of it by the time the end of it came out. And then when the Netflix series happened, I ended up having to, like, go look it up because I just didn't understand. I always figured that they were building to, like, a bigger conspiracy than they actually did. And it's kind of like a lost situation, although I still thought it was very good. I want to sap Kronos. You want to sap him? Did you name your Pandaren fish? Yes. He is Chen, or the Chen Emperor is the compromise, but I've just been calling him Chen. He's like I mean, maybe it's just because he's new to the tank, but he's been spending his time just like exploring, and like roaming around, and that seems like a very Chen Storm Stout thing to do. So he is Chen. Okay. So I'm good with those. Argent Tournament dailies. They're all ready to go, so we can go back. I'm just going to hearth and then take the port and then fly north. I learned pescatarian from Hazel. It's a good word. It's one that I don't use very much because if I'm just like in public and the topic comes up, because I don't want to bring it up. Nobody wants to be that person. But if the topic of why I won't eat the bacon-filled grilled cheese sandwich comes up, I usually just tell people I'm a vegetarian because the distinction doesn't really matter and people know the word vegetarian, and I don't want to be like the person that goes, oh yes, I only eat the finest asparagus artichoke paste, but it must be grown by a farmer with only love in her heart. Like, I don't know. Get out of here. Go home. I took the wrong port. Oh, no, I didn't. I need to go to the Starman port. That's right. What do you find are the differences between streaming here and Twitch? I can't seem to find success on Twitch. So you might be interested in the video that I did comparing the two services from a creator perspective. If you Google my username and then Twitch, you'll probably find it. But the gist of it, you will have a better time finding viewers on YouTube if you have a following on YouTube. If you're starting from scratch, I think it's going to be pretty similar either way. You might do a little better on YouTube because there's less competition for drive-bys, but there's also nobody driving by. Like, if nobody has seen your videos, if you're not popping up in anybody's recommended sidebars, and if nobody subscribes, then you're not going to get much farther than on Twitch. Neff got bigger too, and his color is a lot more prominent now. Why, thanks for noticing. Isn't he beautiful? This is my son. He's like such a person fish. You usually think of just like bettas and goldfish as being like the people fish, but he will harass you for food. He's great. Northrend, that's right. Any more thoughts on whether or not you'll play Classic? Not currently planning on it. I also don't think that I'm going to get that Anniversary Edition because it's really sold out and because I don't want to pay $100 for a mouse pad. And I don't really need the statue. The statue, I'm sure it's really cool. I bet it's awesome. I don't want to collect statues. I also don't want any Funko Pops. I don't want any figures. I just want plushies. That's all I have room for. So I don't need the collector's thing. I will probably buy the mounts though. Those are pretty neat. I am going to go north. Back to the tournament. We can turn in all those dailies and run Trial of the Champion because there's an extra 3 champion seals you can get per day from that. So I'm currently at 48. I should be able to get to, what is it, like 65? I should be able to get to 65. Speaking of Pandarian fish, I caught a tiny blue carp the other day after 1,800 casts. I love fishing, but man, what a grind. Well, congratulations. Aren't those pretty? Also, do you agree that they should lose the bubble? Do you think the bubble adds to the fantasy of this is my fish, it floats along in a bubble, or do you wish that they would just float magically and you could see it better? Maybe they just need to make the bubble more transparent, or maybe I'm the only one that cares. Why not breeding bettas? Their breeding process is amazing. I've seen a lot of betta breeding content on YouTube, and I think I've concluded that it's not for me. I would rather purchase my own pet bettas from good breeders. Or from, like, I got this one from a store who presumably gets from breeders. I don't know, but at least they kept the bettas in tanks and not cups. But yeah, I would, first of all, it's like really time intensive, especially like if you're raising fry, you have to feed them like many times per day. And you're like hatching live food for them and stuff like that. And you're like breeding infusoria and hatching baby brine shrimp. It's like this whole thing. And then it would break my heart whenever they die. And then I would get ugly ones and be like, well, who will love you? And then I would just end up with like 90 betta fish. That's basically how that would go. I used to have a dwarf gourami. He was first and semi-aggressive. We weren't able to add any other gourami later. I've heard of that happening. They can be kind of grouchy, especially about their territory, like you said, if he's first. Let's see. Can you tell Blizz to give me an invite instead, please and thanks? I wish I could pass it on without ruining my chances at future betas for WoW expansions, which I would be deeply interested in testing. Okay. Champion's Purse. So the purses also contain seals. It used to be a chance, but they're guaranteed now. So that's pretty fast. Make sure that you, if you're doing this, make sure that you do the whole Black Knight quest line. Starts around here because that opened up the Death from Above or whatever. There was another daily that opened up that we did. Okay. Catching up a little bit. Happy Friday, Squirrel Squad. Do you play Overwatch? Not anymore. I used to play Overwatch very badly. I was solidly gold ranked, and that was on a good day. But I watch Overwatch League. I don't play, I just watch people that know how to play. I find that way more fun. I haven't played in many patches. Hope you're all having a great week. How you doing, Softy? I'd like the fish without the bubble. I'm first up here. It's inconsistent. I think it should be a toy we used to put on any aquatics. I would like that. I would like that. Like, I know that it doesn't make sense that your fish is just in air, but a lot of things don't make sense. There's a variety of things that make no sense. Oh boy, there's nothing quite like handing in like 10 quests at once, you know? You don't always do that. You don't get to do that as much anymore. You know, world quests really took away from that feeling, and I'm not complaining, I like world quests, but they really took away from that feeling of going out and just doing all kinds of stuff and then turning it in all at once and just getting like this big old chat log that's just you received, here you go, happy birthday, Merry Christmas, good night. It's just wonderful. Alright, trial of the... Oh no, I needed to turn in the weapon one, that's right. So this should bring us to 5 Valiant Seals. We're going to need another 4 days before we can champion Stormwind, which is fine. I'm still grinding champion seals. Maybe Blizz could make a skeleton fish with no water. Speaking of fish, are you a Pisces? I am a Virgo, if anybody's keeping track. Which I am not. I don't know what it's supposed to say about me, but hopefully good things. Where am I going? Trial of the Crusader, which is the north entrance? North entrance? Yeah, I know because I accidentally did the Trial of the Champion. No. Champion is the dungeon. That's the one that drops the seals. I accidentally did Trial of the Crusader, which is the raid which does not drop seals. Accidentally did that the other day. So for this is easy to solo too. You can equip your lance. I'm assuming you still have one. I don't know what happened to it. But there's like a lance rack. Pop your lance on, hop on a horse, start the encounter, and then you can just get off the horse, take off the lance, and not worry about it again. It's much faster this way. And make sure that you tell them to skip the pageantry. I think you get that option after you've done it once. The first time I had all the pageantry, and I think it let me skip that after. Did you win 5 PvP pet battles for the weekly? I did not, and I did not do it the last time the event came around, or the time before that, or the time before that, and I will not do it next time, because it is not worth trying to win 5 PvP pet battles for an ultimate battle training stone. It's the worst trade in history. I can get an ultimate battle training stone from like 3 good pet dailies, or 1 good pet daily done in a couple of vaults, or I could just wait until the bonus event and just level pets real quick with Squirt, which is up today, or regular dailies. I would rather... I was about to say something kind of violent, but that's not my style, so I would rather not. Miss old style dailies? Feels good doing your daily stuff and then you're done. World quests definitely have advantages and drawbacks. I think that the advantages outweigh the drawbacks. With daily quests, I always felt heavily that I was neglecting them if I was neglecting them. Like, I felt like I had to do them or else I was falling behind. Whereas a world quest, to me at least, has really nailed that feeling of you can take or leave them as you need to. I don't feel bad letting a world quest expire, whereas I felt pretty bad letting a daily quest expire. I do think that, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think that there are actual regular daily quests in Nazjatar, though. I think they're bringing some back. I don't know what this means, but hopefully you understand. I'm a Virgo too. Just in our guild raid on Jaina, get Glory the Desire Lore Raider. Good luck, Umbre. Good luck, Umbre. Purple glow you have around your character? That's just because I'm a Shadow Priest. That's just Shadow form. It's great. You should try it. If you have the sanity, you can keep killing the last boss in normal for 1 seal every time. Ooh. I don't think I do have the sanity for that, but good to know, especially if I, like, get towards the end of my grind and I just need 1 more seal for a mount. I would consider doing, like, a couple of runs for that. So easy to win 5. Yeah, if you're you. I don't remember any... Like, I have the teams that you told me about because I saved them as you were telling me about them. Oh, hello. But, I don't remember how to use them. I, like, queue with them, and then I, like, try to play them, and I'm like, this isn't right. And I would check my footage, but I lost my footage. Okay, there's a champion seal. You can dismount now? Sure can. Never finished it because I was awful at jousting. Yeah, no, if you're grinding champion seals for, the thing, definitely do this, because you don't have to joust at all. You do have to get on the horse and equip the lance to start it, but you can get right off. Yeah, go back and farm Argent. Totally. Do it. Use your power over Blizz to have them give me Alliance High Elves and Horde Ogres. Oh, that's funny. I have no power. I have no, but like nobody has power. They have power. Bobby Kotick probably has power. People that work there, sure. I just make videos. I have a copy. Can you send it to me? Because I legitimately lost mine, and I don't know. I still don't know if I would make the video imminently, but it would be nice to know that I have it. Also, it's one of those things that I want to try editing on my iPad when I'm just like out, because I don't want to risk editing like a full, I mean, I'm not saying it's not a full video, but it's a very straightforward video. There's not a lot of stuff to layer. So, because I still have my audio files. I have my mic recording. I'm just missing the video. I swear I'm not trying to get out of posting. It's like a year old. It's like so old. I am the worst. I don't know how we're still friends. Hi Hazel, how are you? Obsessed with watching this girl called Lizky. Lizky? Old China, it's so dreamy. That sounds nice. It's outdated now? Oh, for sure. I may even keep it until it's so outdated that it's like a vintage piece and I can like edit a grainy video over it. That could be a thing. Oh yeah, Black Knight's last. Pretty sure Hazel's favorite pets are the new stabby crabs and the void guy with long fingers. Oh, I love those stabby crabs. The Cavern Deep one specifically. The black and red stabby crab is going to be my new buddy. She uses cats. Be real. How does the Argent Tournament work? You collect seals, buy mounts. Is there rep involved? There's rep involved. So it's like a whole process. There is a WoW head guide that'll walk you through it. Essentially, if you want the stuff, and you can check the stuff by just typing Ice Crown is the tag I use to look up the stuff in my journal. It'll also pull up Invincible, don't worry about that. If you want the stuff, go out to the tournament. It's located on the northwestern end of Ice Crown, just up here. And do every quest that you can. You're going to need to also get exalted reps with the main alliance cities if you haven't done those yet. Am I done? No, the Black Knight's coming out. You'll need these exalted. And it's just a lot of dailies. You're gonna need to do dailies to become an aspirant, and then a valiant, and then a champion, and then a champion with a bunch of cities, and then it's just like this whole thing. Happy I got to catch you stream. Welcome, Chance. What is that dungeon called that you're doing? This is Trial of the Champion. It offers a couple of champion seals, which is why I'm doing it. You can do this once a day. It's a heroic dungeon. I think you can do it on normal, but the heroic version offers 3 seals. That's what I'm doing. Is that what I'm doing, actually? Yes, it is. Good. And this is accessed from the northern entrance, the north side of the tournament grounds. The one that's on the other side is the raid. That doesn't offer seals. It offers stuff, but not seals. Oh, I did the Black Knight? Oh, I did it. Wow, I didn't notice at all. I was not looking. Okay. I blame my cat. She jumped up in my lap. Okay, so that's that. I'm done my Argent Tournament dailies. Time to check out Argus. I want to see... I'm still farming for those 3 Argus mounts. I did farm them a whole bunch off stream and will continue to do so because it's 1 chance per day per alt that I can run them on. So I've been doing that, but I don't want to be a troll anymore. I want to be a gnome again. They weren't up this morning, so I haven't done them yet. So I am killing a Skrig the Devourer, Wrangler Kravos, and Blistermaw, assuming that they're up. They're not always up, so I'm going to go check on them, see if they're up, and then if they are, I'm going to kill any of them that are up on a couple of characters to see if we can get any mounts. The slugs are inexplicably pretty. They come in really nice colors. The capybaras, those are cute. I just love that they've named them snooters. I know this probably isn't how this went, but I just like to imagine that somebody at Blizzard saw a photo of a capybara without knowing what it was called, and then a second person asked them, what do you think we should call that? You know, and then the person just said, that there? That's a snooter. That's a snooter if I ever saw one. Okay, let's go check up here. My teacup's empty, but I can't fix it because of my cat. Let me see if I can show you. You only have footage and not audio? I have audio. Well, I have my audio. I don't have your audio. This might be a problem. I have a cat. That helps. Look at the cat. Hi. You match my shirt. You match my shirt. I've been trying to brainstorm merch designs because I haven't forgotten about that. I've been trying to brainstorm things that I want to put on a shirt that I would want to wear and that I think you guys would want to wear that represent me and my brand without using Blizzard IP, which is a surprisingly hard thing to do. All right, we can kill Skrig. That's good. Ow. So, and then I realized I really like this shirt. So I don't want to rip off this shirt, but some kind of design involving the cat might be cool. But it can't be too feminine, because last time I got many requests for shirts that were blokier. So, I mean, how did cats even become feminine? It's just a cat, right? Oh well. First stream hype. Hope I'm not too late. What's up, Astro Cat? Speak of the cats. What color hair do you want next? So I don't know, but something. I'm gonna stay purple for a while. I'm gonna stay purple for another like half a year, because when you completely change color, you have to completely strip all the color out of it, which is quite damaging. So you can do it. It can be done fairly safely, but I don't want to do it more often than I really have to. Well, not have to, but I want to once or twice a year is kind of my thing. So I'm going to stay purple for a while, and we're just going to keep depositing color over this. I do get my roots touched up. But then, I have an appointment. I made a hair appointment for the week before BlizzCon, where I'm just going to go spend all day and get my hair color completely changed and get the treatment thing done again so that I can have nice hair for BlizzCon. And I need to come up with a new color by then. So, it's really boring, but part of me kind of misses the pink hair I had. I thought the pink was really nice. So like I could do like a gnome pink hair, like my gnome's pink, not the stereotypical pink gnome that's like a bubblegum pink, but this is like almost a salmony pink. I really like this pink, so I could do that. Or green, like a turquoisey green. Like what if it was like a turquoisey with like sea foam kind of going on, kind of like a Naga mermaid / druid kind of thing? That would be cool. So those are the two directions I'm thinking in. Murloc blue. I don't want to go like blue. I will go a blue that is close to green. I don't want to go like ice blue, because I think it's going to make me look like a zombie. Like an actual zombie. Multicolor hair. Hard to maintain. Like it fades. It'll fade, and I could get it redone, but it would be hard to make it even. Kind of dark. Would you ever wear your hair cut short? I don't want to. I'll probably do it when I'm older. I didn't tell her, but my stylist wants to cut some length off my hair because the ends are quite damaged. They lose color really quickly. After I wash another time or two, they're going to be gray again. And she wants to cut that off, and I don't want her to, because I like my long hair, and I don't want it to be like here, but I think I'm going to have to let her do it. Because she's right. It is really damaged, and it does have to go. But like short hair, the thing is my hair texture is naturally like super curly, and when it's long, the weight kind of helps pull it down and keep it like a normal shape. But as soon as it's short, it just goes out. I get bubble hair head, and it's not like, it can be kind of cute. It does not look flattering. I don't feel good in it. I have not had short hair since I was probably 11 or 12, maybe even younger than that, maybe even 8 or 9, and I hated it. My stepmother at the time gave me a haircut that I did not want and did not care for. And I've never cut my hair short ever again. Not once. Will you show your hair person WoW screenshots and say this color? I certainly could. She actually plays. Not currently. She's, I think, playing a lot of Final Fantasy lately. But she is well acquainted with Warcraft. So I could totally bring in my gnome, and she would know what I want. It's wonderful. Also, because it takes a really long time to get your hair done if you're getting it like fully colored, especially if there's like multiple colors. Like there's some blue going on in here. It's not just like a one slap on thing. So there's a bunch of hours that you're in there, and it's nice if there's something to talk about. Okay, just Skrig. The rest of them are not up. Pink would be cute. Varga's the World Quest. Charging the egg. I'm glad I have all the egg mounts done. Rep the Alliance, silver and blonde Jaina look. I've never been blonde. The closest to blonde I've ever been is when we lighten my hair before we dye it, and it's quite scary. Like sometimes I'll have like the Draco Malfoy look when when it's like bleached and like slicked back because there's product in it. Oh, I do not. It's not cute. I don't like me blonde. Do you like the Scott Pilgrim movie? I think so. I think I've seen it, but it would have been a really long time ago, and I should probably watch it again. We actually, slightly related, recently watched Ready Player One, and that was a whole experience. That was quite something. 1 to 1.5 inches off your hair, you won't miss it, it'll grow back. I know. I know. She was saying like 3 inches. I think it's probably 2 inches. I did trim it a little bit, so I think it'd be probably 2 inches. It'll grow back though, like you're right. We also talked about hair extensions because I do really like having really long hair. Like if I could have it here, I would. But I looked into hair extensions, and it sounds like I don't want it. I like being able to brush my hair, especially now that I just learned how to blow dry it. I don't want hair glued in up there. What should I pick? Druid or Priest? Going for DPS? If I were you, I would go Priest. I think the right answer is Druid because you have more damage spec options, but Shadow Priest is the best kind of Priest, and it's amazing. Despite myself, thank you very much for becoming a member. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Appreciate the support. Hope you enjoy your emotes and your icon. Hazel Pink would be cute. Is Blizzard delete your characters when the beta is over? The beta, yeah. You're not going to get to keep your WoW, like, classic beta characters or anything. For PTR, they do get deleted when it's, like, they wipe them sometimes, but I swear that I've had the same characters keep between different patches of the PTR, so it's not a 100% always thing. But you can never count on keeping a PTR character. Mine is a blue and purple, and every 2 months it fades enough to cover it more freely, so we don't have to worry about matching previous colorings. That's nice. Oh no! Oh no, it's gone! These rotate every 4 hours, so I lost my window. I should have done this first. That does mean that I can check on the other 2 again, because they may be spawning now. I may be able to try the other ones, but there's no acid belcher for me today. Cut about 10 inches, still had a lot left. Some people just grow crazy long hair like that. I'm kind of jealous, although I do think that, like, butt length, you're starting to run into more quality of life issues than I'd necessarily want to sign up for. Holy Priest is the best priest. Holy Priest is fun. And then, related, I also have a confession to make. I said I would never touch this. And I didn't mean to. You know, when I said that, I meant it. I thoroughly plan to stick to that. Yeah, he's up. Okay, we can run Kravos. Or Kravitz, as I call him. Wrangler Kravitz. I like to imagine him with a little Lenny Kravitz hair. So I was doing raid testing, and I was already healing, and I was on my Holy Priest, and we were fighting the fish boss, the underwater boss. And one of the mechanics in that fight is that for large parts of the fight, you can't heal anybody, because if they don't have the bioluminescence buff, you can't heal them at all. They just can't take any healing. But you know what you can put on them are shields. And as a Holy Priest, I was just effectively neutered for those parts of the fight, but as a dis, I could be useful. So I was like, well, fine, I'll just flip over real quick, just to help with testing, just so we can progress the boss and see, you know. And I switched over, and I, like, threw some stuff on my bars and looked it up real quick. And it's pretty cool, especially with mouse over macros, because you can keep your targeting on the boss so that you're damaging the boss, but you have mouse overs for your shadow mend and your shield and whatever, so you can just be like damaging and then healing and damaging and then like shielding whatever and putting up atonement. Like, all of those people that said it was really fun had a point. I admit it. They were right. I'm not saying that I don't like Holy or that Shadow isn't cool, but this is really fun. Love the stream. Had to join up. Just got back into WoW. Prepping for Classic. That's exciting. What are you going to play in Classic? While I don't plan on playing Classic myself, I have to credit all of the hype around Classic, specifically on Twitter. I've been spending too much time on Twitter. I got to put my phone away, but all of the WoW Classic hype on Twitter has gotten me weirdly hyped to play retail, because people are talking about how they're going to take time off. They can't wait to just, like, binge the game again like old days and just, like, ruin their lives and never see daylight. And for whatever reason, I was like, I want to do that, but, you know, with Live WoW, because I still like Live WoW. Okay, so Blister Mod's not up, so it's just Kravos. Gotcha. Like, hearing how genuinely excited people were to make, like, memories in Classic just kind of made me want to do a bunch more stuff in Live, so I've been siphoning some hype from there for myself. That was a good smoothie. I had a very small, very quick lunch because I was late for raid testing, so that helped. Okay, getting back on my priest to go kill Wrangler Kravitz. I have Marble Betta, photo and video on the Betta Fish Reddit. Also started playing again. If you haven't already, you should drop the picture on Discord in the Pet Pics channel. Although, I should check. There's like a restriction in my Discord where you can't post pictures until you've like leveled up by chatting for a bit. And I thought I had taken that off for the Pet Pics channel, and I thought we could just moderate it, but I don't know if I did, so you might need to chat for a bit. Or maybe it's okay. I don't have to see your Betta Fish. I'm going back in my Priest. I'm sure it's awesome. No, I'm like newly converted to the Marble Betta. I love mine. He's just so pretty. This is actually super fun and very durable. I had a boss who had an insane amount of hair touch the floor when she let it down. I admire those people for their maintenance and also their genes, because I believe it has to be genetic. I feel like everybody has a predetermined length that's as long as their hair will get, and I don't know if it's because of like the texture of the hair just breaks after a certain point or what, but I've always been able to get my hair to like maybe here, and that's it. That's as long as it'll ever go. I cannot cut it for years, and it will never get longer than that. Where am I going? Kravos. That's right. Hi, kid. Hi, kitty cat. How you doing? How you been? What's up? What's up with you? I love cats. Tally will love hearing that. I'm hoping he never finds out. Oh, that's not ready yet. 6 minutes. All right, I'll just go myself. I really enjoy retail. It's funny that it's become retail now. Like I feel like there was a brief period of time where the community was like trying to figure out what we wanted to call regular WoW. Because retail to me was always like retail versus private servers, which is probably what happened. Is probably the people that used to play in private servers that used that kind of language are now either into or playing classic, so they probably brought it with them. But I feel like we used to call it live. Maybe not. Maybe I'm making that up. It doesn't matter. I know what people are talking about. Where am I going? Other Dalaran. Oh, I'm gonna need to go from Ashara I'll just wait for my Hearthstone. I'm just gonna do another character and just wait for the Hearthstone. It's only 6 minutes. I don't currently watch anime. I used to as a young one. Love your sweater, 10 out of 10. Why, thank you. Love this. I'm just horrible at it. You must see Ivar, the King of Kings. I'll upload to your Discord. Thank you. That's quite the name. That's quite a fish name. Appreciate that. Hair is the second longest it's ever been, just barely brushing the top of my shoulder blades. It's over 3 feet long, and I haven't cut it for 4 years. It'll always grow. If you live long enough, it could reach 1 kilometer. It makes sense on paper. It just doesn't line up with my experience. There has to be another factor that we're not accounting for that limits it, and limits it in a varying way on different people. Also, this may be the most boring thing I've ever talked about on my stream, but it's interesting to me. Like, there has to be, I feel like it has to be at the length at which your hair, like, splits or frays. I don't know. Dalaran. Used to be called live? Okay. It's a much better term. I don't know if it's necessarily better. Retail is weird, though, just because retail implies that classic is illegitimate, which is not true. Classic is very officially supported. Current X-Back seems to be the words. I mean, I guess calling it BFA makes sense, because then people know exactly what you're talking about. You should rename your Almost Saturday vlog to Hazel and Kira's Almost Saturday vlog. She's so cute. I feel bad because she's not in this week. She was asleep and I didn't want to wake her up. Sometimes I do, but I want to let her sleep. Toss and turn while sleeping, which destroys it sometimes. I always braid it before I go to bed, but I don't know if that's helping or not. I just braid it so that the cat doesn't, like, go for it, because sometimes she wants to play with my hair. Tie my hair up when I sleep. People don't know how to take care of their specific hair types. That's probably true. Or maybe you found out how to take care of your specific hair type, but you were just like, there is no way in hell that I am taking a whole hour and like an old t-shirt and like gently dangling myself upside down and then rolling about in a figure 8 pattern while wrapping the t-shirt gently over my hair and leaving it for 42.5 minutes before misting it with the tears of a virgin unicorn and lighting some candles, because that's the only thing that will make it okay. I'm okay. I want another cup of tea, but Kitty, can you stream for me, actually? Hang on. You stream for a little bit. I'm going to grab a tea. So, yeah, you get up there. Yep, you got it. Let me up. And then, good cat. Okay. I'll be back in like a minute. Hang on. Reheated this too much and it's really hot and it's really full. Yeah, but ow! Oh no! Oh, I was so close. Oh, well, that's what the detail's for. Kitty cat stream catches ninja bolt. Hazel's cat finally eat her. You only get to eat me after I die, baby. And you should be fine. Husband can probably keep feeding you. I used to get tuna for my cat, but he could never open the cans. I need to wash this towel. Stuff on the floor. Okay. And then up you get. And I sit down. And you sit down. And we're all good. Huh. What do you think? She's like, I admire how reasonable my cat is, because if you pick her up and you put her somewhere, she'll think about it. Like, she's not necessarily going to stay where you put her, but she'll do this, where she just like stays still, and depending on how much you upset her, she'll thwap her tail a bit. But she'll like think about it and consider it, and if she likes it, she'll lay down. And if she doesn't like it, she'll leave, but she'll think about it. I appreciate that no matter how ridiculous the place you put her in, oh yeah, she's gone. She's always gonna, you know, give it a fair shot. Let's pull this back up. Okay. Let's kill Krabos another, like, he's not too bad. We can kill him on some lower level alts too. It would be nice if I could get his mount out of him, because then I would have less characters to look for him on. What a good girl. Today on cat cam. Mine licks me until I worry she's going to draw blood. I keep telling her she'll end up unhappy if she eats me. When they get going on the same spot, that can be kind of rough. Especially if it's like the inside of your forearm. I don't mind so much when she's licking my fingers. Very reasonable kitty. I can't feed my cat too much because she yarfs all over the place if I do. I'm very blessed to have a cat that doesn't overeat or beg for too much food. Like, she'll get a little weird about food, but her auto feeder for the most part serves her needs effectively. I did get polymorph for a minute. Okay. Alright, gotta take this. It's just too full. Inside of my elbow. That's the spot. That's the sensitive spot. If you ever get an arm tattoo, you'll notice that inner elbow and like inner wrist, that's quite a sensation. I also found the tattoo artist that I know I want to get for my left arm tattoo, but I feel like I need to really get my head screwed on straight and assemble like a whole folder of like, this is what I want, and this is what I'm working with, and this is like, this is an idea of the style, and this is an idea of the size, and this is an idea of the placement, and these are some thoughts, and then this is what I want to hear from you, and just like, I want to be very clear about where I'm coming from, and I don't know where I'm coming from enough yet. So I was like trying to find reference images for the aesthetic that I'm thinking of, which is like, if you've ever, for any of you that are from like West Coast Canada, or like maybe Seattle or West Coast Oregon even, there's like pine trees on cliffs by the ocean that have been so blasted by the wind that they get like all craggy and scraggly, and they're like all leaning one way. And it's just such a cool aesthetic that reminds me so heavily of where I grew up, that I want a scene that incorporates some elements like that, but I couldn't find any pictures that sell it at all. Like, I don't feel like I can explain it correctly enough to get a tattoo designed. This is Legion? Yep, sure is. We finished our Argent Tournament dailies for the day, and are killing, hang on, I've done this wrong. We're killing rares on Argus for chance to drop mounts that I still need. Watching you while walking my dog. Say hi to your dog for me. Actually, pet your dog for me. That's a good one. Okay, so I wanted to ask you guys, because I bet you'll have something good. I wanted to ask you guys for like general life advice. Like, what is something that you learned that you wish either other people knew, or that you wish you knew earlier, or that you think I could benefit from learning? Like, I would like to make this really vague, but I'm really looking for good life advice for myself. I don't think I'm ever going to hear the right piece of advice and all of a sudden be a better person, but that's not going to stop me from trying. So if I were to pick the wisdom of your collective minds, if you were going to give me a piece of advice, it doesn't have to be life advice. You could give me YouTube advice. You could give me streaming advice or WoW advice. If you were going to give me a piece of advice, knowing full well that I might not take it, but I still want to hear it, what you got for me? Curious. Do you know what kind of trees those are, the ones near the coast? They vary, that's the thing. Like, the wind blasting is what really gives them that shape, so sometimes it can be like a jack pine tree. Sometimes they're like fir trees. It depends on, like, different trees will do that, and that's the hard thing, is I can't, like, just Google the type of tree, because I couldn't find them specifically. My partner does have at least one tattoo, but not nearly as many as me. Although, it's not like I have all kinds of them. I do want more, though. The quest chain for Argus begins with Khadgar. And you need to unlock the Broken Shore first. So if you just sped through Legion leveling, never unlock the Broken Shore, then you need to talk to him in the Violet Citadel, do the Broken Shore thing, and once you get there, go back to Dalaran, talk to him on Crassus's Landing, and pick up the Hand of Fate. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe you do Crassus's Landing and then the Violet Citadel. And then you can start the Argus quest. Let's see. Investing money. See, that's advice I could probably use. I don't invest my money at all. I don't have much debt anymore, which is nice. I managed to pay off my student loan debt, so I am largely debt-free. I think as a couple we still have a little bit of debt, but for the most part we're okay. But I haven't invested any money, especially because if we're going to buy a house, I feel like I'm going to want my funds liquid. I don't know. Money scares me. Money makes me uncomfortable and frightens me. And I don't know what to do with it, but I'm afraid of making mistakes. Don't buy a Dodge. I like the practical advice. Obsessing over how much time you're wasting is a huge waste of time. Ooh, I feel like that's actually designed for me. I spend a lot of time worried about how much time I'm wasting, which is probably a waste of time, but so is all the time that I'm wasting. Know that you're going to die someday. We are all going to die one day. Sometimes I think about that. Sometimes I imagine what the world's going to look like in 100 years, assuming that we haven't just completely melted the planet by then. And just imagine completely new people. And I wonder if there's going to be like one or two like hipsters in the year like 2000 and what's it going to be like 2120. And there's like one hipster that's just like an internet vintage person that just like for fun, like researches YouTube videos from now. And they don't know what's going on because, I mean, maybe they do. I don't know. But like, it's interesting to think of how history is going to treat this era, assuming that we don't melt the planet. Based on how accurately the internet can save things. But the internet might not save things forever. It really depends on, you know, do the servers stay up? Do people have local copies? Do they re-upload them? Like, is it worth it? Which things get chosen to get remembered and which ones will be lost forever? It's interesting questions to think about. Think ahead on how you will think back on what you spent your time on. Think ahead on how you'll think back on what you're doing. Yeah, that's a good one. Sometimes I imagine myself. So you know how people ask you what you would have told yourself like 10 years ago? Sometimes I imagine 10-year older, like 37-year-old me. 36, 37? How old am I? 37-year-old me. Coming back, popping up in my office, and laying down some advice. And I try to imagine that happening, and then imagine myself following it, which would be part of the equation. Otherwise, it's just a big waste of time. But I imagine what she would say. It's like a perspective thing. I wish I knew I was younger. Oh, you wish you knew when you were younger. The failure is okay. It's not the end of the world. True. True. I thought for a moment that you said you wish you had known that you were younger, like you thought you were older than you were. People, for the most part, want you to succeed. It's okay to not always be happy. True. True. I wasted a lot of time in my early 20s being really disappointed with the way my life was going because I assumed just because I was sad and upset sometimes that I was doing something wrong, when sometimes it's just gonna suck. The happiest person on earth who's made the best decisions and has the most admirable life still has bad days. It's part of the human brain. It's the way life works. You're never going to get rid of bad days. You can change how you deal with them. Meditating and fasting are healthy. Say I love you to the ones you love more often. Anger and guilt are useless. Nurture good friendships. Let that one go already. Hey, we got the mount though. Woo! That's probably the thing I experienced the most regret about. Not necessarily moving away from Canada, but I see people that have had lifelong friendships, and I know I don't have a chance at that because all of the friends that I made when I was growing up, I have completely lost touch from because I completely changed my life and I didn't keep in touch. Don't panic, always have your towel. Choose kindness. Seeing things from other perspectives is important, and I think it's important. I'm learning more and more. I used to think that I was always open-minded and like, wow, how could I, I'm so understanding. I must, I don't need to see things from other people's perspectives because I'm just right. And I think realizing that no matter how right you feel doesn't mean that you're right. And that you should, try to see things from the perspective of people that you just instinctively think are wrong, even if you don't have to agree, but if you can get a feel for where they're coming from, that's helpful. All right, I got my Chaos Runner. Let me get on it. Let's check this baby out. I'll favorite that one. I'll add that one into the random favorite mount rotation. I think that's my favorite of the Argus Telbooks, though. Job is 30 minutes or less from the house. I've heard of people that are able to commute on transit that can get things done in their commute, don't mind commutes, like people that will meditate and listen to audiobooks and work on the train or something. But if you're just driving, ooh, yikes. I do like working from home for that. More mounts, that streamer luck. Guilt is important. Anger I can go either way on, but guilt I think is an important and valuable emotion, because if you never felt guilty, you would just do bad things. I feel like everybody has had moments where they've done something that they regretted and wish they hadn't done, and they feel guilty about it. And that guilt is good because that's what keeps you from, it's not the only thing that keeps you from doing it again, but it's a powerful part of why you've learned from that mistake. It's an important part of learning how to do things better. Okay. Can you explain what a private server is? I don't know if I should. They're not, I want to say legal, but they're probably legal. They're not above terms of service, though. Blizzard can super, what can they do? I don't know. I'm the wrong person to ask. So, Pri, I can play WoW on the train. Does anybody ever, talk to you about the WoW that you're playing on the train? Streamers have a different drop table. It's just confirmation bias. You can, you also see streamers try things a bajillion times and not get mounts drop. It's just because the one that happened makes it into the clip. That's the one that you see. Okay, so, with that done, there is something else I want to do. A couple other mounts that I want to try. Anger tells you that something in your environment is wrong or dangerous, usually. I would like to thank you for all that you do. I can't work a normal job, but it helps me to see others do well with at-home jobs. I appreciate the support, and also I relate to the need for or the inclination to find, like, role models, I guess? Not a role model, but, like, an example of somebody doing something kind of similar. I'm, like, the worst because I wish I had more peers that are in similar situations to me. Not necessarily YouTubers, but just people that work alone from home on something that is very self-contained. But also, I don't keep up with my friends. So, I can't complain about not having friends, but I never call them. Okay. So, I don't know if I can do this. I'm gonna need some help from chat to explain how this works to me, because I know that I need 3 mounts from the invader cache. I have a smoky direwolf, and I'm missing these 3. I know that, at least on my characters that have a rank 3 garrison, I can pick up a mission from, like, this guy. I don't know why he's standing all the way out here. I can, like, buy a mission. I think I can do this, because this is just a... Well, I don't know what level this is. And I can go do the mission, and then when I come back, I can trigger an invasion. And I know that the invasion scales up, or at least my mobs scale up. My garrison dudes are bomb because I am level 120 or 118 in this case. So you, like, you can almost AFK it and get, like, a really good score. And I know that you need a gold or a platinum score to get the mount, and if you get a platinum score, you also get a gold chest, so that's what you want to do. I know all of those things. What I want to know is, do I need a level 3 garrison, or can I do this on anybody who's ever gotten a garrison? That's my question. I could switch to Twitch, but I would not upload streams after the fact. It would be something I probably would choose not to do. Trust your instincts? Yeah, I did an invasion on my priest earlier this week. The way it worked is I was online doing something, and one of my guildmates asked me if I wanted to help with, or if I wanted to get in on the invasion he was doing, and I was like, thank you, but no thanks, because I was, I don't know, doing something. And then I was like, invasion. So, like, later that day, I was like, I went and did one, or, like, looked up how to do one because I knew I did need the mounts. And it was, like, really easy to solo. So I can solo them, but the thing that I think I want to do on stream, there's no harm in not soloing them, and it saves anybody else who gets in from having to farm up their own, mission, like their own invasion. Oh, you do need level 3? Okay. So what's going to happen? How do I know if I have a level 3 garrison? I don't know if I did. I probably didn't. I made this character in Legion. So I probably don't. No one would invade a level 2 garrison. You use a friend's garrison, maybe 3. Okay. So maybe I don't do it on this character. Maybe I do it on another character that has a level 3 garrison, because I do have those. And then anybody that wants to come up to a raid size, I think I can fill like a whole 40-man raid. Anybody that wants to come can come, and then you can only loot it once a week, so it doesn't matter if it's your invasion or somebody else's invasion. You can loot one set of chests per week. So it would just be a little easier for me to share. Cat is so cute. Thanks, Bethany. The same one 3 times? My understanding, and the way it worked for me yesterday, was I just did one mission quest thing. We'll see if it works again. I need to go back to my garrison. Have to go. When will you stream again? Tuesday morning. Mount runs every Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, so a slightly different time slot. Just leveled up so many pets. Congrats. Take care of yourself and your clicking hands. At least once you've leveled them, though, you have them leveled. They are done. You can move forward in your collection leveling. So the pit was like the easy one. It cost resources, but that's okay because they were free in this expansion. You do have to head all the way up there, which is kind of annoying. But what do you do? I will fly up there if I can. Yep. There-ish. Hi, Hazel. Hope you're doing well. Great channel. Thanks, Lee. How do you rank expansions from favorite to least favorite? So I will do this, but I know I have also done this before. And if my 2 rankings don't match exactly, I apologize. I don't remember what I said last time, but favorite. Cataclysm. Followed by BFA, Legion, Draenor, no, BFA, Legion, Mop, Draenor, Wrath. Kata, BFA, Legion, Kata, BFA, Legion, Mop, Draenor, Wrath. Did I say the same thing twice? I meant to. Surprisingly hard to do in your head. And I know it doesn't match everybody else's rankings. Those are mine. They're my own feelings. I already read that one. 2 to 3 invasions a week, AFK most of the time. That's probably what I'll do if I end up running them on alts. I need to figure out which alts actually have rank 3 garrisons, because quite a few of them do. A lot of these characters were leveled in Draenor, but some of them were not. I need to go through Orgrimmar for the pets again. Orgrimmar through the pets again. I've missed something. I haven't been to my garrison since the Halloween event to get Pepe. My priest garrison is like permanently both Halloween and winter veiled out. It's like double decorated. It's an absolute mess. I didn't play in TBC. Panda is Mop. That one ranks after Legion but before Warlords for me. I'm going to be so sick of Squirt. Does the original Hazel still exist, or did someone have the name before you? I don't know, actually. I know I can't get it, because I tried. I usually get Hazel on PTR whenever I make a PTR character. But, I don't know. Let's look it up. It's probably somebody that plays it. I mean, maybe not. Maybe I could request the name. Didn't they stop releasing those? Let's see. Hazel. There should be one, like, every server. I'm not any of them. If it's ever Hazel just spelled normally, it's not me, unless it's PTR. Realm. C, D, E, F, G. Why are these not alphabetical order? They're like almost alphabetical order, but they're not. Oh yeah, there's a Hazel Lightbringer. It's a gnome warrior. It's level 101. So I don't know how active it is. It might be. Oh no, I closed my chat. And then I can see my face, and I would much rather see chat than me. Alright. What you doing? She, is mostly on my lap if I'm recording or if I'm streaming. I think she's linked the fact that I'm talking with the fact that I'm gonna stay seated for a while, because if I'm just working, I get up constantly. I can't sit still. I'm super fidgety. I'll get up and stretch or check on the fish or refill my tea or just like 100 things. But if I'm streaming or if I'm like recording a vlog or if I'm on a podcast, she knows that I've got like my butt planted down and I'm not moving for like an hour. So I think that's when she takes advantage of the lap time. I like the panda story, but not the dungeons and raids. I like the panda dungeons and raids. I didn't really notice what was going on in the story. That was back before I cared about the story. It was something Garrosh, something Shah, something Mogu. I don't know. I really liked... What did I really like in Mop? I leveled a lot of alts in Mop. Mop was all leveling for me. Mop also introduced pet battles, so I probably spent a good amount of time doing that. I remember being really excited about it. Any videos of you playing through any expansion other than Legion? So I started my channel in Mop. My first pet battle guides are from Mop, but I wasn't streaming back then. I would have been streaming through Warlords, so they're probably gone now. I streamed on Twitch back then, and I don't think any of that would be kept. There's like some old stream VoDs on my YouTube channel, or like clips from my stream VoDs. They're mostly PvP. Let's see. You can make a request in a ticket to get it freed up if it's inactive. It's not level 1 though, it's level 101. Which might complicate things. Also, I could have sworn that I heard news once. I don't know when. But I thought there was news that they wouldn't do that anymore. Maybe not. Maybe there was just like a one great name free up and then they weren't gonna do it manually. I don't need it that badly. I'm perfectly fine with being Hazel with like 90 vowels. That's fine by me. I'm gonna have alts anyway, so I may as well have all the stupid ways to spell Hazel covered. Oh boy. Oh boy. Did not notice your super chat. I don't see. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Pardon me. Hey Hazel, new in your channel. Already love your streams. XOXO from Brazil. Thank you for the super chat. Sorry I missed it at first. It's weird actually. I should get another window that has those in a block, because I was told by my mod after the stream last time that there was one that I thought I missed that I got that I didn't, or I got but I missed, but I missed something. So I think there's a way for YouTube to have like a separate window that just shows super chats. I should try and put one of those on one of my monitors. Such a pet battle fan. Curious, do you have a favorite Pokemon? I like the franchise. If I had to pick a favorite, my first instinct is Chikorita or Bulbasaur. I always liked the grass starters a lot. The grass starters were always super cute. This is like the most annoying part of trying to trigger a Garrison Invasion, is just getting through this quest. Like, you pick up this one. I heard that this one is supposed to be like the easiest one. It just still takes so long. There must, like, I know there's like a bunch of mobs at the bottom, but those ones, they don't seem to count for very much. Like, I can kill all of those, and I'm up like maybe, oh yeah, no, those do count, okay. Maybe I just need to gather them up. That person had gathered them up. I was just running around like, not gathering them up. So I'm gonna help. I was just doing it wrong. I gotcha. And then we're gonna get in a big circle. Are we going? I don't want to start if he's not starting. Alright, here we go. And it ticks. Okay. So that's 94. Hopefully they were able to tag them. I'd hate it if I wasn't actually... Oh no, that's dances. You're gathering them up for me. Oh, okay. I was really worried that I was like accidentally bullying some poor warlock that's just trying to get their quest done. I was like, you know, you got a little time, you can tag them. Oh boy. Okay, this should probably do it. I only need 6% more. I have seen Detective Pikachu. I saw it in theaters. We don't normally do theaters because it's expensive because of the dog, but it was our anniversary, so we boarded the dog and made a whole date of it, and went and saw Detective Pikachu, and I loved it. It was so cute. It was so funny. I immediately want more movies in that same franchise, because I won't spoil it, but there's parts of the end that I would like to see more of. Will you play the Harry Potter AR game when it releases? I will probably try it. I will probably not stick to it. I'm hesitant to add any new thing into my life because, I don't know, it's going to take time. It better be worth it. Why did you switch from Twitch to YouTube? Well, initially I quit Twitch. Like, I quit streaming altogether and took a break from streaming and just did YouTube videos for a while. And then started doing streams again on YouTube after a break because of a Patreon goal that we met. So they were kind of like disconnected. I didn't like one day quit Twitch and start streaming on YouTube. But I did notice that when I quit Twitch, I had like average 30 viewers per stream. And when I started YouTube, I had about 80 to 100 people, which like floored me. And immediately made me like streaming on YouTube because people like me here. I don't know why, but it was just a better place for me to reach people. Such a good movie. It was so good. No, I won't spoil it. You should definitely see it if you can, and if not, you know, you can wait until like Redbox or Netflix or like whatever, but it was good. It was cheesy, but it was good. Did you see the twist coming? That seems a little spoilery. Although, it's not that much of a spoiler because I don't know what you're talking about. So it's probably okay. Seen it twice in theaters. It was amazing. What do you think about the negativity towards WoW in some parts of the community? I am personally sick of it. Keep up the positive streams. So, I see both sides of it. I do think that the constant negativity, when it's ungrounded, can get a little bit wearying to read. But if it's just like somebody's Twitter feed or they're just on the forums, they have a right to express themselves. And I also don't think that being nothing but positive is the right choice either. There are valid criticisms, and some people make very good arguments for why things should be a different way. I think the line gets crossed when people think because they think a thing, then it should be that way. Like, if people start to think that they own WoW and they can just get whatever changed whenever they want, that feels a little gross. It kind of feels the same kind of gross as that Game of Thrones petition where people thought that just because they didn't like the way it ended, they should be able to, like, force the company to redo all of the hard work people had done. So negativity can be wearying, but you can also reduce your exposure to people that are just being like mindlessly negative by noticing the places that they frequent and not going there. And then being blindly positive isn't the answer either. I am positive about things I'm excited about, and I'm excited about a lot of things, but it's gonna not mean much if I'm just excited about everything, or if there's something that I actually don't like, example being Azurite, and I'm just saying it's great and dandy when it's not super fun, or, you know, there's problems. It's okay to acknowledge that the game has problems. But when people just start, like, attacking it, or, like, attacking it for no reason, I feel it can be irritating, but I just try to not view that kind of media. That's what Twitter mute's for. Hobby is fun. When not fun, get a new hobby, your choice. Exactly. And that is something that I do wish more people would grasp, like, expressing criticism is one thing, but if you hate Blizzard and WoW so much that you just want to stab out your eyes every time that you log in, then maybe you should find something new to do. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that anybody's kicking you out. It doesn't mean that you're, like, it's okay to take a break. You don't have to play it. As a company, Blizzard has the right to make whatever kind of game they want to make. And as consumers, we have the right to choose whether or not we want to play that. And that's all fine. Nobody's gonna think you're mean for not playing. They're gonna be kind of annoyed if you prattle on about it on the forums for 40 hours, but, you know, you do you. Whatever, man. It's when people get, like, when they misunderstand what they are entitled to. If you don't feel like they are delivering what you expect to get for your $15 a month, then you can stop giving them your $15 a month. That's, like, the end of it, really. Negative gamers are exhausting to be around, especially if you have to do content with them. I can totally see how it would suck if you had, like a guild that was just constantly going on about it. That would be kind of annoying. Okay, so I should be able to do a Iron Horde invasion. Okay, so my understanding is that I can start a group, a raid group of any raid size that I want, and we can all come do this invasion. You don't actually have to do anything. Probably be 110 or higher. And then we can all come do it, and then we can all have a chest. And I don't see any good reason not to share that. So I'm going to list a group. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm new to this, but I'm going to list a group. It's in custom. Starter group title is going to be Garrison Invasion. Details are going to be, hi, I'm Hazel. All you have to do is be 110 or higher, Alliance North America. Join the group. Come to my garrison. So go to your garrison and then right click your portrait and go, like, view leader's garrison or whatever. And then I'll start it after like a minute or two. So I'm going to list that. I'm going to have to manually accept people, but I think, let's see, convert to raid. I think I can just, like, fill a whole raid group. I don't see any reason why not. My apologies if there is a good reason why not, and I have to turn this off. I recently started playing ESO again. The amount of people complaining about WoW in there. I've noticed that in other MMOs, people will complain about WoW, but then they will also wish different things were like WoW. And that's always really funny to see, especially when those two people start, like, fighting in public chat channels. Backlash for the classic beta due to the stress test. Yeah. I saw a forum post where somebody, I was on the EU forums, I don't know why, but somebody was like, how can they do the stress test in the middle of the night? Don't they know that I have to sleep? And then somebody else was like, they're at work because they're West Coast, and, you know, it's not for you. People running around WoW saying they're bored. If you're bored, log off, read a book or something. It's valid to say that you're bored, but if you're just going to complain about it, I mean, that's valid too. People have a right to complain. We have a right to either listen or not listen. Don't think the petition was for those things to happen, just to give proof of people's discontent that wasn't an angry tweet or Reddit thread. I still don't feel... I feel like it's disrespectful. And I don't feel like being rude and disrespectful about somebody's work is ever the right answer. I think you can express your I think there's healthy ways to express that you didn't like the Game of Thrones ending without getting into something that's rude like that. That's just my opinion, though. Also, I feel like everybody tends to get a little bandwagony with internet hate in situations like that, and people just want to feel validated, and they want to feel like, you know, they're mad, and other people are mad, and we're all gonna be mad together, and I'm part of the thing, and it makes you feel better because you feel like you're better than the thing that you're mad at, and that can get out of hand online really quick. Our community here in chat's a special place. Not seen any Twitch chat that is this pleasant. I'm sure they're out there. I'm sure that, I feel like on Twitch, and maybe I'll be proven wrong, but I feel like on Twitch, you get the audience that you support. So if you're reading out comments that are just incredibly negative and you're responding to those, people are going to see that, they're going to leave more of them. But if you just moderate them, I'm sure they'll still happen, but then you can moderate them, and it's the end of the story. Do you have all the Raynor outdoor mounts? No. I have like a few of them. I don't have all of them, though. Blizzard makes mistakes. If they make too big of a mistake, they lose customers, make changes. If they don't lose customers, why change things? And exactly. You don't have, you can unsub. That's a very valid way to say that you don't like it. You can feel good about it if you want. You can feel excited about pressing the unsub button. It's just, when you start, like, criticizing, like, people's moral character, like, of, like, employees at Blizzard, that's gone too far. 7. I'm just gonna keep pressing this until it doesn't let me do it anymore. Are you doing pet battles now? No, I'm doing a Garrison Invasion. Also, we're having a party. Oh, Kitty, you're up. So much to do in WoW, I'll never get bored. I don't want to say I'll never get bored, but I will say that it's been 10 years and it hasn't happened yet. I've been going for a good time. Good amount of time. I just used a battle pet stone and my mage's water elemental. The name is, it's up here. It's Garrison Invasion. Hi, I'm Hazel. You'll find other games. There's ones that's best. They'll complain about the more popular games. So people in HOTS complain about LoL and Dota. Can totally see that. Some people also ask, like, WoW has, like, the most toxic game community. And I guess I'm not really a member of any other communities, so I don't know for sure. But, wait, 27, 36. I think we have 4 more spots. So I don't know for sure, but we're not so bad. There's some cool people. What are we doing and why are we doing it? We're going to do a Garrison Invasion. I'm going to start the Garrison Invasion once we have a nice full group, or we've, like, found everybody that wants to come. Also, super flattered by the amount of you that want to do this that are also happening to be NA and also Alliance. Like, that's cool. And at the end of this, we're all going to be able to loot a chest, assuming that you haven't already done a Garrison Invasion this week, which who has? We're all going to be able to loot a chest, and the chest has a chance to contain some mounts. So this is like a fun thing that we can all do together. I think there's one more spot. You have the right to be unhappy with someone else's work, but telling them they should change it is self-absorbed. I agree. I think that's where I find. You don't have to like it, but you don't get to make them change it just because you don't like it. It was terrible. It doesn't matter how terrible it was. It's okay to say it's terrible. If I wanted to, I could turn my stream into a jelly bean ASMR production where I do nothing but shake jelly beans around in a jar. And that would be awful. It would, like, you guys could hate it all you want. You could all leave, and you should, if I ever decided to do that. But, like, if people went to go, like, find out where I lived, like, come and take all my jelly beans away, that's too far. That's at least my line. That's just my opinion. As I said before, I don't know everything. So I think that's enough people. I'm going to start up, well, actually, I'm going to shrink my raid frames because this is excessive. Though that raid frame size was meant for a 3-person group. We're going to start this up, so you don't have to help, but you're welcome to. That's it. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no. Oh, I'm so sorry. I must have 3 or fewer players. Oh, I was afraid of something like this. I thought I could do it with the raid. I thought that I remembered after a raid in WoD doing a Garrison Invasion with the rest of our raid. Oh, no, we can't do it. I mean, this is a wonderful party, but, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. I'm so sorry. I knew it. Told you so. The first 3 people you invited. I don't remember which ones they were. I'll even post a raid. I am very, very sorry. This will not work. My bad. Have a nice day. XOXOXO. Oh, there we go. So I'm just going to leave. I'm going to start again. I'm going to take only 2 people. I think it said 3, but I don't know. I don't want to risk it. I'm going to take only 2 people. First come, first serve, just 2 people, and then that'll be the end of that. RIP. So sorry. Post my outrage in the forums. You go for it. And delist once we've all joined. Okay. Well, now I know. Some lessons you learn because you read about them online, and some lessons you learn because you disappoint 37 people. 3 or fewer players. I do have 3 or fewer players. 1, 2, 3. Convert to raid? 3 or... What is happening? Ow, sorry. Why won't this work? 120, 120, 120. We're all of level. Is there... I'm gonna reload. What's wrong? Oh, there's still a raid in the garrison? Oh. Should I... How do I do it? Kind of like when people have to leave a raid. Yeah, people might need to leave the zone. I wonder if I leave the garrison... I'll be right back, but I wonder if I leave if it's gonna kick you guys out. Kick everyone. They're not in the party anymore, but they're still in the... I think it might also time out. I think after a minute... I am never leaving the garrison. I'm gonna try zoning all the way out and then all the way back in, and if that doesn't work, I'll relog. But I think it's gonna kick people out, which sucks because I invited them there because I thought we were gonna be able to have this wonderful fun time together, but apparently that's not how it works. It is 3 total, including me. Let's try this. Use another Tunes Garrison. I just unlocked this invasion though. I had to do that whole Iron Pit quest just to unlock the invasion. So this looks emptier. Let's see if it'll do now. Alright, that did it. Either that or everybody just understood and left. Taking up more server data than anyone else's garrison. They have a room at Blizzard that's like tracking logins from everywhere, and I know they don't have data this small, but it would be really funny if there's just like one corner of a monitor somewhere that's like garrison logins, and it just like blips up, and they're like, why are there 40 people in a garrison? Thought Hazel's garrison would have more fish. Party crashers. No, I invited everybody. I'm so sorry. Okay, so we're doing this. I think I was gonna do a bunch of these on stream today, but I think I only have time for the one. And you know what's kind of upsetting is that when I did this yesterday or the day before, I did it on my priest, and I had a mount drop, and it was the one that I already had. I had to delete a Smoky Direwolf, and apparently these are not super common mounts, or at least the event kind of takes a while, so it's annoying to spam. I don't know what the drop rate is. Some people say it's like a 1 in 100 drop rate, like 1%. Some people are saying 1 in 30, but still, oh man. That was one of the funnest mini parties your garrison have ever had. Welcome break from Squirt grinding. It's okay. I wanted to be in your group for 30 seconds. I was. I'm so sorry. One day we'll do like a 40-man... What can we do with 40 people that's like a cool thing to do that... Like I want to do something that gives you guys a chance to get something individually, right? We can't do LFR with that many people. I don't know what you can take 40 people to. We could do like a 20-man LFR. Molten Core, Dragon Soul, Heroic War Fronts. Maybe I'll do Heroic War Fronts with stream groups when they come out. That might be the only time that I ever actually do them. So, with the invasion, anyways, once you've sparked it in your level 3 garrison, if you're looking to play along at home, so remember our step 1 was buying one of these mission things. The pit one is pretty easy. Going up and doing that, and when you turn that in, they'll let you trigger an invasion. So now that that's rolling, you could just wait out the timer, but you need a 1300 score in order to get a platinum chest. And I think if you wait out the timer, it'll do that. But I still like running around and dealing with a threat. So sometimes it'll be like there's a spy. Sometimes it's like there's a Rylac. There's like different things that can happen. And you basically just like shoot the thing. I think Dances and Laxi are like kind of on it. So I guess I could just AFK. But yeah. Oh yeah, you want a 1300 or higher score. You can see the score tracked at the top here, and at the end of that, that'll give you all of the chests. You only need to do this once per week, but you can do it on every character if you want. And then the mounts that you're looking for from this, they're not that exciting, so don't feel too bad if this looks annoying. There's the Smoky Direwolf, which I have, so I can actually show you that one. That's the Smoky Direwolf, and then there's also another wolf that's got like some armor on it, so that's kind of neat. And then there's a white pig and a very boring pearl tusk. I mean, I'm sorry if that's your favorite mount, but like we have so many of those. We have a solid amount of those around. But it does take a while. It's like a good 10-minute thing, not including the time it takes to trigger it initially. I don't think Hero is still here, but I just had a thought. If he sends me the footage of the time that we pet PvP'd together, like the collaboration we filmed, and I have my voice, but I don't have his voice, I can make him say anything I want. Oh, I could make that video more fun than it originally was. Although, he was the one explaining all the useful info about pet strategy, so that might be a bad call. You could do an old raid and just steamroll it. I guess people could get, if it was personal loot, which it would be, I guess people could get, like, their transmog out of it. Oh, you are still here. Oh, it has my voice in it, just not yours. Dope. I have my voice. That's all we need then. I guess I can't deepfake you to like... I don't know what I would have you say. In my head it's funny, but I don't have any jokes yet, so... LFR, 2 tanks, 4 heals, 34 DPS. I kind of want to write that down. Because I can never remember what the raid... I can never remember what the raid comp is supposed to be for LFR. So I am, no joke, actually just going to make a note on my phone. Because I'm always looking for that answer and I can never Google it. Obviously 2 tanks, but 4 heal and oh no, that's a 40 man. I think it was LFR, I think it's specifically 25. Unless he meant 14. 14, 18, no, that doesn't add up. This isn't classic? Nah. I am the only player this week who is in my Draenor Garrison. That's the choice I'm making with my WoW time. This is what I'm doing. Don't expect you to understand. Warlords is classic, almost 5 years old now. Did we ever get a wave of people that were like missing Warlords? Because I know every expansion, during the expansion, people think it's the worst thing ever. But once you're like half an expansion to an expansion and a half away from it, people like get the nostalgia. Like that happened with Mob. During Mob, everybody was like, lol, pandas, this is for kids, it's just because of Jack Black. WoW is not Warcrafty anymore, it's stupid, I hate it. Like people hated pandas. And now everybody's like, man, MoP is the best expansion that we've had since like for a long, long time. I wish we could get more MoP. And I feel like that also happened with Legion. Like Legion early on was a train wreck on media. And then by the end of it, and especially in BFA, everybody's like, man, Legion was the most fun I've ever had. I loved doing the Mage Tower, and my artifact weapon was amazing, and I got all these legendaries, but everybody forgot that at the beginning of the expansion, you couldn't get your legendary because it was so rare, and you would get one, and it would be like Safuza's secret, and that was back before it was good. And, like, people hated Legion. It happens every time. But I don't know if we ever got that redemption arc for Warlords of Draenor. Warlords of Draenor might have been the one unapologetically not great expansion. There was good stuff about it. It had promise. The questing was great. The instances, you know, dungeons, raids, all good. But it was just like, there was just not enough here. It was a half an expansion. It was the beginning of an expansion that they just gave up on because people were so mad. Would you recommend getting back into WoW during BFA? I would, but I don't think I'm in the majority. I think 8.2 actually is going to be a really great time to come back. There's going to be a bunch of new stuff going on. There's going to be catch-up gear, so if you wait until 8.2, which is going to be another couple of weeks, you'll be able to come back in and get yourself some Benthic gear. There will be new, like, fresh new dungeons and raids, so I like coming back. Not that I've ever taken a break, but if I was gonna, I think I would want to come back right when some new content happens, so people haven't already decided how they want to do it. Because when you come back in, like, halfway through an expansion, everybody already knows how to do everything, and they get mad at you if you don't. So, like, progressing through a new raid as opposed to trying to, like, pug one later on where everybody knows everything but you don't know them yet, I feel like would be better. Wasn't a fan of Legion at all. I love my ults. The beginning of Legion was very hard on them. It was. Early Legion was not my favorite. Late Legion I could kind of understand, but I think I spent all of Legion really stressed out about my YouTube channel. I don't know if I ever really sat down to, like, enjoy Legion. I felt a lot like I was playing for the sake of making videos. And while I would do things and enjoy them, I wouldn't really enjoy them for their own sake. And in BFA, I've been less productive. Can't argue that. But I do think I've spent more time... I've taken more time to be like, you know what? I'm just going to do this thing because it's fun and I want it. And I just play... I play for videos and I stream, obviously. But I also play by myself for myself a lot. And that's something that I want to preserve because I think that's important for me to continue to like WoW. And there's nothing worse than a content creator for a game that no longer likes the game at all, but still does it because that's their job. Like, that's just the worst, saddest thing that can happen. So I don't want that to be me. I make time to still play WoW for fun because it feels important. Also, it might just be a good excuse to play WoW. So yeah, no, I'm preserving my joy right now. That's why I'm doing world quests instead of writing a script. Yep. Good excuse, Hazel. Missing a raid tier, but we could fish for a water strider? Yeah. Garrison made some mistakes that were felt throughout the whole expansion, I feel like. If you fly over here, you'll see an herb garden. The herb garden in the mine, cute ideas on paper, destroyed the feeling of gathering, because it was so neutered and, like, sanitized, and here, it's all in your cute little garden. I love gardening, and I enjoy farming in any video game that has it, but, herbing specifically, I feel like having that just made me feel like I was wasting my time if I wanted to go pick herbs out in the world. I would rather just have 11 alts and use their garrisons, and it was bad for that. I will say, Warlords was great for just printing gold. I made so much garrison gold and spent it all on TCG mounts, and I don't regret it one bit. WoD had one of the best raids in history, Blackrock Foundry. Blackrock Foundry had some unique boss fights, but I didn't like, look at that score. I didn't like, Hans and Franz drove me nuts. I had to sit out Hans and Franz a few times. Or maybe I wanted to, but I didn't because I didn't want to sit him out, but I, like, should have. It made me so motion sick. The conveyor belts made me so motion sick. I could barely handle that one. Okay, so there's going to be a boss. I'm going to actually help. Return to the town center. And then there's going to be a boss. Someone take that poor human to the town hall. My bad. Trick is to work all the time during preset work hours. Maybe I should hit you up in Discord and ask some more questions because I feel like I've tried everything. I'm struggling so much. It's so dumb. It's the most first world problem in the universe. All right. We got. Hey! I got the mount I wanted. That's the cute one. I got Garn Steelmaw. We got 2 mounts in one stream, guys. It's not even a Tuesday. Thanks, guys. Did you two get anything? Anything good? Anything good? /raid. Anything good? Let me get on my Garn Steelmaw. So now I only need 2 more Invader Cache treasures, which is still 2. And also, you can get dupes, which is so frustrating. The last one's going to be really gross. But, woo, the luck. Got gems. You get gold in this, too. Yeah, you get, like, a reasonably good amount, like 160, 30. You get some gold. Also, transmog, apparently. Got achievements. Good, good. That's nice. Well, thanks, guys. You guys did all of the heavy lifting. Okay, I think that is me done for the day. Congrats, streamer luck. That was streamer luck. Streamer got it. 2 people not streaming did not get it. Confirmed streamer luck. I am the luck. Dances brings the luck. Good at tricking myself into working. My doctors told me to cut back. I need a little bit of that. I'm too good at telling myself to cut back. I went too hard. Like, I used to, in high school, I used to work too hard and burn myself out and ran into some bad problems. And in my recovery, I learned lots of coping skills and self-care. And now I'm too good at self-care and not good enough at working hard. I went too far in the other direction. Jill, thank you for the super chat. Glad I caught the stream after missing a while. Keep up the good work. Now to level my new Void Elf. Best of luck with that. I'm going to put out a vlog. I haven't edited it yet, so it'll be a little later tonight. But I will put one out. I did film it. It's not very long. I appreciate the support. Check out my patch summary video if you haven't done that yet and you're interested in finding out what's in 8.2. I did get that done in the middle of the night yesterday, as is tradition. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.